TumbleSeed is back, and it's easier than ever.
Let's go!
This is a game that is developed independently.
Yes.
Some might call it a Nindy game.
Yep.
And it's for the Switch. We reviewed it and liked so many things about it. Almost everything except what did I say?
It was too difficult. And man, is it. I played it a little bit and I was just not good at it. It was just a game that I was not good at.
Yeah.
And it pretty much frustrated me.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's kind of nerve-wracking to try to dock a game's review by a few points for difficulty because you don't want your viewers to just wonder if you're unskilled or being a pansy about it, you know. But this game got that kind of feedback from many different industry outlets.
Yep.
And I thought I would be more alone, but really it was the overwhelming feedback that the developer got. So, I have good news. This game has been fixed. The developers heard us loud and clear. I think they just watched our video. Probably.
Probably. They just saw ours and they're like, oh, these guys, they're always right.
So they developed, pretty much overhauled the game. It's a 2.0 update, and the update is called 4 Peaks. So
now, what exactly do those 4 peaks refer to? Now, I know that there were 4 stages in the game normally, and then a boss.
Yeah.
And now, does those 4 peaks mean that each stage is you can select the different stages?
Pretty much. So, yeah, the original game was one mountain. And you can still play that mountain, but you are more encouraged to play the 4, they were just biomes of the mountain, 4 sections. Now they are their own peaks. So you can beat them individually. You can just start up on the second one once you've made it to the first one. And you can, the 4 peaks themselves are also not randomly generated or procedurally generated.
Oh, wow.
So you can get used to the patterns and you can make it to the top of those much easier. So tried that out, works just as advertised. And playing those will get you ready for the mountain. So it's not only that setup that has changed, adding the 4 peaks. There's also new multiplayer versus mode.
Wow.
Okay.
How does that work?
I don't know. Haven't tried it yet.
Oh.
And if I did, you would know probably.
Yeah, probably. That would be the other person struggling to keep up. Dang it!
Right. So it's a nice bonus that it's in there. I did watch a little bit of video. You're like, it's kind of sumo-y, I guess.
No.
We'll probably play it.
Yeah, give it a shot.
And just overall, the game has been balanced. Rebalanced. They took out some stuff. They made some better auras, some more helpful things that won't hurt you. Okay. And they just made it so that the game is not as cruel. So it's exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason they did this, we saw they saw the backlash from the reviewers that it was hard.
Right.
And they wrote an article on what they learned afterwards, which is crazy because I don't think I've ever really seen that before.
Right.
I've heard interviewers, but I've never seen somebody a developer write a blog about everything that they did wrong.
I know. It was called Postmortem, and that means after death, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Which is sad. It was so soon after the game came out, but yeah, they said players aren't sticking with it, reviewers aren't scoring it well, and they did the math, and essentially after the sales, comparing that to the years of work and development that they did on it, basically made $15 an hour each. $15 an hour. So that's minimum wage in some cities, that is...
It's not great. It's not...
I'm glad they made a little bit of profit.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but it's not great.
So the blog is very interesting and worth a read for anybody, but the main part I wanted to point out was insane. They were able to really look at the Steam statistics. I don't think they get player data from Nintendo.
I don't think so.
But it's going to be pretty similar. On Steam, it's probably this or worse on Switch, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Steam people who play Steam games, they're going to be more dedicated.
Right.
They think out their purchase as well, so when they buy something, they want to stick with it. So
yep. and they have a little bit probably easier control method and input too with buttons on the keyboard. But anyway, the developers were able to see like how far players are going, where they're getting stuck. 41% reached the jungle. So
less than or more than half didn't even get to the second part of the mountain.
Yeah, that's just the first section that
Ouch.
you'll come to after getting a little bit ways up. Then a huge drop off. 8.3% reached the next one, the desert.
That's
Less
bad.
than 1 in 10 players. 1.8% reached the snow. 0.8% reached the summit, so that's where you have the boss battle. Less than 1%. 0.2% beat the game.
So that means that 0.6% of the people made it all the way to the end of the game to the boss battle and then quit.
It does. So, Simeon, I hope you're proud of me. I am among these players of the 0.2% that beat the game in
that
its
is
original
crazy.
form. So I think that's quite the feat. I am among the ranks, and now that version 1.0 is not playable anymore, it's kind of a bragging right that I'm going to get to keep forever. So,
and this whole thing, it's a learning thing. It's
Yeah.
something that they all learned from, and Iowa. I'm sorry,
the
that
developer,
name.
yes.
And it's a cautionary tale for developers on challenge pacing.
Yeah.
And Nintendo does this really well most of the time,
Right.
where they pace it out. You start off slow and you work your way to the harder challenges.
But a mark of a good video game and a good level is not that no one can beat it. It's
Right.
that everybody can beat it after a few tries.
Yeah. Not that everybody beats it on the first try or that nobody beats
Right.
it, but that you have a few hiccups along the way.
And that was something that came up a lot, like during Super Mario Maker when people were making levels. Like a few of those were novel because they were so challenging. Like the one that was styled like Super Meat Boy and stuff. By the way, Super Meat Boy coming to Switch. That's cool.
I did not know that. That's
Ta-da.
awesome.
But some levels were so hard that it's like you're kind of missing the point. A good Nintendo designed Mario level is not made to be so hard. There's other ways to make it interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, the developers got some feedback even before they launched this game that was so hard, and they're like, it'll be fine. People love roguelikes. They didn't really listen so much to the feedback, and that and more you can read in the post-mortem update. But it ended positively. It said, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna release the patch, and they really changed a lot of stuff. I'm impressed how much they changed in such a short time. So now, with the changes to this game, I can happily recommend it at, I'd say, an 8.5.
Wow.
Whereas my old score, I think, was 7.5 or around
Something
there.
around there.
So, again, this game's graphics, music, gameplay is fantastic. That achievement that I did get, beating the game in the original version, it was not easy. I put 30 hours into
Holy
TumbleSeed,
cow.
and now you don't have to do that. Now you can play a much more enjoyable version of the game. Please do give this one a shot, and we promise not to make any more TumbleSeed videos. They don't like these.
They don't.
No.
They don't click on TumbleSeed.
But I just had to let you know it's fixed.
Yes, it's fixed now. So like the videos now.
Yeah.
And that's what we asked you to do today. Thank you for watching. Please like this video. Give it a thumbs up, because every like that we get helps us know what you guys like.
See you guys next time.
Signing out.